Hi there, my name is Camille. I'm a global mentor here at the Education Abroad office, and I will be leading you through your online makeup for pre departure orientation. Here are some important considerations when planning for your Education Abroad program. How will you access emergency funds? Have you notified your bank that you're traveling? Do any of your family members have a passport? What will you do if you get sick? How do you make a call out of country? Have you left a copy of your passport and flight information with family? Are all of your emergency contact information online filled out correctly? And how will you communicate with your family upon arrival? When I was in England, my card was deactivated due to fraud. I had to call my bank to issue me a new one, and they were able to upload it digitally onto my Apple Pay so I could use it while I waited for my physical card to be sent in the mail. Having a digital card is something to consider before you start your travels, as well as a backup payment method. Staying connected while abroad. You can email or call the Education Abroad team if you have any questions before, during, and after your program. Listed is our email and our phone number. Please double check that your emergency contact info is correct and upload and updated on your SSU application. Mobile apps to consider include WhatsApp, Life 360, and Find My iPhone. Discuss with friends and family how you will stay connected. Once you've arrived at your destination, we suggest communicating to your loved ones that you have arrived. Other good resources for communication can include WhatsApp, email, or letters. We also recommend checking with your phone provider prior to travel to see if you qualify for international texting or phone calls, or if there are monthly plans that would be cheaper than the daily fee. Please remember when contacting, note time difference. Remember to save our contact so you know who is calling. Please continue to check your SCSU email. You may be given your own email through your host university, but we at SCSU will continue to contact you through SCSU. Also, make sure to update your multi-factor identification for your accounts, ensuring that you won't be locked out while you're abroad. If you have questions about this, use SCSU's FAQ page linked in the QR code on this page. Academic integrity. You are enrolled as an SCSU student while attending your program. As such, you're expected to abide by the SCSU student conduct policies found online using the link in the slide. These policies may cover, but are not limited to, topics such as academic integrity, cheating, plagiarism, sexual and other violence, hazing, drugs, and respect. Please ensure you familiarize yourself with the content of the student code and conduct academic policy, as you are responsible and expected to follow them. The university also reserves the right to take necessary and appropriate action to protect the safety and well-being of the campus community and to support the mission of the university. Such actions may include taking disciplinary measures as outlined in the code if a student behavior on or off campus poses a potential danger to others, self, or would otherwise disrupt the campus environment or adversely affect the university. While you're abroad, please ensure you're not missing SCSU registration. Connect with your advisor and ensure that you will be enrolled at SCSU for when you return. Billing and financial aid. In order to use your financial aid for the Education Abroad program, you must be enrolled for 12 credits for semester programs and 6 for summer. Check your e-services for updated financial aid awards. You must manually accept the loans. They will not be automatically accepted. Connect with SCSU's financial aid office or your financial aid advisor. Program costs are charged to your student account, and loans must be manually accepted or payment submitted in full before departure. You can pay by mail, phone, online, or in person at the Business Services Office in Administrative Services, room 123. Their phone number is 320-308-4289. For non-SCSU students, you must contact the financial aid office at your home university. Things to consider are, will you receive financial aid? Do you need a consortium agreement? And remember, you must make full payment to SCSU before departing on programs. At the Education Abroad office, we recommend giving access to family or guardian in your home country to let them pay for your tuition. We have had problems where students can't log into their account from abroad and are unable to make payments. This is also a reminder that SCSU and outside scholarships can apply to your Education Abroad program, so make sure you're applying to those along with your Education Abroad specific scholarships. Additional scholarship resources are listed on our Education Abroad homepage. Education Abroad program costs. Tuition is based on residency and number of credits required by your program. You will receive course registration instructions from your program manager. Program costs can include airfare, accommodation, applicable visa fees, health insurance, and other administrative fees. Cancellation policy. After being admitted into the program of your choice, cancellation or withdrawal from the program will result in cancellation fees. You must contact the program manager of your program if you wish to cancel your participation in said program. If you only withdraw online, that will not be enough to cancel. Non-responses to communications from our office is also not a form of cancellation. Remember, cancellation fees are $250. If you're studying abroad with a provider, check to see their cancellation policies, as that could change the cost of your cancellation fee. When planning your trip abroad and while on your trip abroad, safety should be one of your top priorities. As previously mentioned, we suggest leaving a copy of your passport and flight information with family. If something should go wrong, the information is misplaced or stolen, it is helpful to have copies on hand. Please make sure that your emergency contact info online is filled out correctly and up to date. We also suggest students check with their homeowners or renter insurance to see if laptops and electronics are covered in case they are stolen and need replacement. Some things to consider while abroad. Do you know the emergency and non-emergency numbers of your host country? Where is the closest U.S. embassy? If you lose phone signal, how will you find your way? Ways to stay safe. Use the buddy system. Have a meeting place at the end of a trip to ensure everyone makes it back safely. Be mindful of your personal items and do not leave possessions unattended. Be sure everyone in the group has your number and contact information. Remember that safety is ultimately the responsibility of each individual, and each person should develop their own safety strategies. Naturally, we're here to help you if you need it. Be mindful of your surroundings and don't take unnecessary risks. Health and medical information. Prior to your departure, you should review the worldwide health information and country-specific requirements for all countries in which you study, as well as those you consider visiting. One of the best sources of information for international travelers is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention website. There's a section specific to education abroad students. As part of your application, you must complete a health information collection form and a medical consultation form. The health information collection form gathers your medical information and is necessary in the event of serious illness or accident, while the medical consultation form must be completed by your doctor or a health care professional. You can have this done by your personal provider or at SCSU's health services located in Eastman Hall. If you're currently taking a prescription, please make sure to carry them in the original labeled container. It is recommended that you carry your prescription in your carry-on in case your checked luggage is lost. It may be useful to have copies of your prescriptions and their generic names, as well as if you have any unusual medications, having a note from your doctor with the prescription. It's recommended that you bring enough of your medication with you for the entire program. If you need to ship medication, be advised that you may need an exact list of the ingredients and that there may be country-specific regulations regarding bringing medications into that area. Occasionally, common prescription medications in the U.S. are illegal abroad. Check with the embassies of the countries you expect to visit to make sure your prescription and over-the-counter medications are permissible. If you're worried about having enough of your prescription, talk with your doctor before your trip, as they can often get advance counts, which may also be covered by insurance. So instead of bringing your usual 30-day supply, you can get a 90-day supply or whatever your program may require. SCSU requires students to have health insurance while abroad. All students enrolled in any program will be enrolled in GeoBlue. This health insurance is covered in your program fees. Note that this is health insurance and not travel insurance. If you want travel insurance, you will have to apply for that individually. If you wish to extend your GeoBlue health insurance because of personal travel at the end of your initial program, you will have to contact us or GeoBlue prior to travel to make those arrangements. If students have their own medical insurance, the Education Abroad office recommends continuing that coverage, allowing for double coverage if medical emergencies occur while abroad. Cultural awareness. Remember, you're not in the US anymore, and there are different cultural norms. What is acceptable in the US may not be in your host country. Things to consider. Is there a difference in slang? What may be appropriate to say in the US can be highly offensive in your host country, and the other way around. Do body gestures and hand signs mean something different in this country? Example, making a peace sign with your hand, depending on the direction, may mean something other than peace. Remember to do your own research, including understanding how tipping works in the country and countries you're planning to travel. Drinking and drugs. While abroad, follow local laws when it relates to drinking. While abroad, it is against SCSU policy to be intoxicated while at program activities. Overall, use your best judgment and look out for your friends. When it comes to drugs, any illegal substance usage, possession, and distribution could lead to dismissal on program. Abide by the laws of your host country. Remember that you represent SCSU while abroad. Make us proud. Moving forward, what are your next steps? Submitting necessary forms for programs online. Registering for courses and completing financial aid requirements, and completing all program requirements, whether that be application or other. We've reached the end of this presentation. I want to thank you so much for watching and wish you well on your adventures. Remember, we at the Education Abroad office are always available no matter the day or reason. Even after your program is over, we would love to stay connected with you. So follow us on social media using the QR code and handles included on this slide. Thank you so much again, and have a great rest of your day.